3 days. That's all it took. Over the last 72 hours, the conflict in Iran escalated, the markets reacted, and my net worth took a hit of roughly $200,000. If you're watching this, you're probably seeing a lot of red on your screen right now. 2. The headlines are loud. The panic is palpable. But panic is not an investment strategy. Today, I'm taking you under the hood of the JC Fund. I'm going to show you exactly how this geopolitical shock is forcing me to fundamentally restructure my portfolio, why my perception on Hong Kong has permanently shifted, and why I'm holding cash to make a massive pivot toward quality. Let's get to work. A $200,000 drawdown in 3 days is a gut punch. If any investor tells you that seeing that kind of red doesn't sting, they are lying to you. But this is where the JC Fund framework comes in. You have to separate the emotion from the math. When you look at the screen, you are seeing price action. Price action is dictated by fear, algorithms, and liquidity crunches. It's short-term noise. What we need to focus on is owner earnings. Have the fundamental earning power and the long-term compounding mechanisms of the businesses we own been permanently impaired? The market is a machine that transfers wealth from the impatient to the patient. To survive this, we have to look past the ticker and look at the underlying business. However, we also have to be realists. This isn't just standard market volatility. It's a structural supply shock. With the Strait of Hormuz effectively closed, we are watching a massive geopolitical disruption unfold in real time. When you study historical cycles, you see that these events are rarely isolated. We are in the middle of a shifting global power dynamic. When rising and existing powers clash, critical supply chains become weaponized. We are looking at potential energy crises and sustained inflation spikes as a result. This isn't just fear driving the market down. It's the market repricing the very real cost of a changing world order. We have to adapt to this new reality. Because of this structural shift, I've had to take a hard, objective look at my Hong Kong portfolio. And frankly, my perception has changed. On paper, these equities look incredibly cheap. You see single-digit PE ratios and think you're getting a massive margin of safety. But value is only true value if that margin of safety accounts for tail risk. The geopolitical risk premium in that region has expanded dramatically. A low valuation isn't enough to protect you if the macro environment becomes hostile to foreign capital or if regional instability freezes assets. The margin of safety I once relied on has shrunk, and because of that, I am actively rethinking my exposure there. So, if I'm trimming positions, where is the money going? Right now, it's sitting in cash. Specifically, I am waiting for the right entry levels to increase my Singapore dollar positions. In a period of massive global deleveraging and USD volatility, local currency stability isn't just a safe haven. It's a strategic asset. People love to say, cash is trash during bull runs. But in a crisis, cash is an option. It is dry powder. I am not rushing to catch falling knives. I have specific, mathematically defined price levels I am waiting for. Until the market comes to my price, I am happy to get paid to wait. When the tide goes out, you see who is swimming naked. Extreme volatility reveals the structural cracks in a portfolio. During big debt crises or periods of high inflation, highly leveraged companies get wiped out because the cost of capital suffocates them. That's why my immediate action plan is to increase the weight of my fortress positions. These are companies with impenetrable balance sheets. I want businesses that don't rely on cheap debt to survive. I want businesses that can weather a decade of geopolitical chaos, not just a weekend of airstrikes. We are raising the floor of the JC Fund. This leads me to the ultimate long-term goal of this restructuring. The North Star for my portfolio moving forward is a heavy tilt toward IWQ, the MSCI World Quality Index. Why quality? Because in a fragmented world, high return on equity, stable earnings, wide moats, and low leverage are no longer just nice-to-have attributes. They are absolute requirements for survival. If a business cannot price its products above the rate of inflation, or if it relies on debt to mask poor operational efficiency, it will be destroyed in this new macroeconomic environment. IWQU represents the exact fundamentally sound basket of assets I want to anchor my net worth to. It is incredibly easy to lose your head when the news cycle is screaming at you, but this is exactly why we build frameworks before the crisis hits. Every single decision I make right now, trimming Hong Kong, holding SGD cash, pivoting to quality, is filtered through a disciplined process. We don't buy tickers, we buy pieces of businesses. If a company's owner earnings are intact, and its compounding potential remains uninterrupted by the geopolitical noise, the daily price action is irrelevant. We use the market to serve us, not to instruct us. If you are watching this and your portfolio is bleeding, I want you to take a deep breath. You are not alone. This environment is actively testing your temperament. It is trying to shake you out of good assets at bad prices. Do not look at a drawdown as money that is permanently gone. Look at it as a cost of admission for being an investor in the real world. Do not let a 3-day window of chaos ruin a 30-year plan. Stick to your framework, know what you own, and protect your capital. The board has changed, and we have to play the pieces as they lie. I'm playing defense by trimming geographic risk and holding cash, but I'm playing offense by preparing to deploy heavily into world-class quality at a discount. Now, I want to hear from you. What is your move right now? Are you adding defensive shares to weather the storm, or are you hunting for deep value in the rubble? Drop into the comments below and let me know your strategy. If this framework helps you keep a level head, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this with an investor who might need to hear today. Stay disciplined, and I'll see you in the next one.